Hey again, LBD, and I'm here for another YouTube video. This one's going to be a little bit more news oriented instead of like opinion stuff. It's going to have some opinion after I talk about what the news story is. I think I have like three things that I wanted to quickly go over. First things first, new Super Mario Brothers 2. New Super Mario Brothers 2 is coming out in 3DS in Japan in August. I don't think there's a date yet for the American release, but it looks to be pretty cool. New Super Mario Brothers on the DS when that came out, it was a few years ago, was actually really cool. I was on a car trip from Florida to Pennsylvania, and that thing kept me thoroughly entertained for a long time. That was a really good game, and it looks like to me that 2 is gonna have some like almost like Mario Brothers 3 elements in it. It's gonna have the raccoon tail and the P-wing and then you start flying and stuff. That's gonna be great. So hopefully we'll have an American date or U.S. date. Since I'm in the U.S., I don't care when it comes out in other countries, as well as Europe doesn't care when things come out in America, I'm sure. And I totally understand. Other thing, speaking of the 3DS, I haven't played it in a little while, but I played like Super Mario Brothers, the 3D whatever that they have now. It's actually really good. So if you want to play the 3D Mario. The new, was it like Super 3D Land or something like that? It's awesome. It's a really good game. It's a lot of fun. They do a lot of cool things with 3D. So if you have one of these bad boys, why don't you get yourself 3D Land? There's a lot of great games on this. I harp on it a lot, saying it's for kids, stuff like that. It's for everybody. That's just my hardcore gaming thing going. It's for kids, but 3D Land had me thoroughly entertained. So if you want that, if you're an old school Mario fan, I'm particularly a Luigi fan, so don't tell Mario, but Luigi's better. Anyways, that's a good thing to pick up from the 3DS. As well as on the 25th, we're going to have a firmware update for the 3DS. It's going to add the availability to make folders and stuff like that on your main screen, so you can put all your Virtual Console games. Like me, I have a couple, like Link's Awakening and Punch Out, which is not the Mike Tyson Punch Out, which, get on it, Nintendo. Talk to Mike, he needs the money. Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Mr. Dream is lame. No Mr. Dream. I want Mike Tyson. I want Tyson! Anyways, so, and Radar Mission, which is a great, like, battleship type of game. You should really get that. That was great. I love that game. If we can get Riddick Bowe Boxing on the Virtual Console for the 3DS, that would be great, too. Riddick Bowe Boxing is a lot of fun. But it's going to add folders as well as some other software patches and stuff like that. So, update your 3DS when you when it comes out on the 25th. I don't have a whole lot of Vita news. Actually, I haven't really played it a whole lot since it really got hyped up, and I was really hyped for it because I really wanted a new handheld console. Like, 3DS wasn't doing for me at the time, and I really wanted something great. This is great, but the games are lacking right now. We need more games. I think it's in May, hopefully in May. Oh my god. Gravity Rush is going to come out, which looks phenomenal. I really want to play that game. But the first-person shooter's coming out in May. I believe it's May 29th, I think. For the Vita, which is going to be Resistance Burning Skies. It looks, if you like Resistance, it looks like it's going to be pretty good. They say that the multiplayer is pretty good. You can play, I think it's 8-person multiplayer on the game. Over Wi-Fi, of course, not over 3G. If it was on 3G, that would be terrible. Check out my pictures. Isn't that nice? I showed this off not too long ago, but it's great. It's a really good system. It just needs more games. They say they're going to be talking a little more Call of Duty on this guy. They're developing a Call of Duty first-person shooter game for the Vita. I'm really excited for it. I really want that to come to fruition because if Resistance can do a pretty good job, Activision, Infinity Ward, whoever's going to work on it, is probably going to do an even better job on a first-person shooter. So I'm really waiting for that. Probably at the end of the year. Let's just not hope it's not Black Ops or something like that, because Infinity Ward makes the better Call of Duty game. The last thing I really wanted to talk about was kind of... Well, actually, I wanted to get back to the Mario thing. I have an issue with Mario because when they're talking about new Super Mario Brothers 2, pick up and play. Pick up and play, pick up and play. Everything with the Nintendo is pick up and play. I understand that a lot of the market for Nintendo is children and families and stuff like that. And pick up and play is all fine and good because I don't have a whole lot of time to play my 3DS. But pick up and play. Pick up and play means, to me, it means easy. Really easy. Like, if you wanted to play, any of them. New Super Mario Brothers was a good example, and so is the 3. You get so many extra men, free men, 1-ups, whatever you want to call them. You're never going to run out of it, and you're never going to have to start over again. It's just, oh my goodness. I remember as a kid playing Super Mario Brothers on the NES and being like, oh, it's so hard. I can only get up to level, whatever, 5-2, or whatever it was, 5-2. It's not that hard anymore. They've I don't want to say dumbed down, but they've dumbed down the gameplay. I really want them to get back to it. Please. Make it a little bit more difficult. They are not going to, and I know it's lame. I'm not hating on Nintendo, but I want some sort of, I hate to say hardcore, but something a little bit more for the people that remember playing Super Mario Bros. On the NES. I want something sort of difficult, As it's going on, it's gotten easier and easier. I mean, Super Mario 2, Super Mario 3, they weren't easy. They weren't quite as hard, but they were hard. And it's just getting to the point where everything's so easy. Even Mario 64 was relatively difficult. I mean, come on. It's getting worse and worse. But I love the games. The games are great. Maybe pick a place for me. I just think it's weird that it's so easy now to play that game. Anyways, sorry, I'm not a Nintendo hater. I love Nintendo. I really am waiting for the Wii U. I want to see what they do. Hopefully they add like trophy system, online play, microphones, Xbox 360 type experience without the yelling and screaming about who's whatever. It doesn't matter. Wii U is going to be great. I hope it's going to be great, and I'm buying one as soon as I can when it comes out. Probably in November. I would guess around November 16th or whatever the Sunday is in that teen area, in that late teens. It's going to come out that day. I didn't look at the calendar. But anyways, last thing, Sony has been teasing about, well, they haven't been teasing it, but it's been leaking a little bit that they have a new fighting game coming out. And it looks like that releases, they're going to acknowledge it possibly on I believe it's this Thursday on Game Trailers TV on Spike. Check your local listings. I believe it's this Thursday. They're going to announce a new first-party game, which may be what they're calling PlayStation Altair. PlayStation Altair. What a hard word. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. So it's going to be like first-party figures from their first-party titles, battling it out, kind of like Super Smash Brothers Brawl or Melee's better. Anyways, Super Smash Brothers Brawl, or I don't think Microsoft hasn't done that, but like the one that's the Final Fantasy type one that Square Enix has come out with. So I'm sure it's gonna have people like Sweet Tooth from Metal Twisted Metal, excuse me. Twisted Metal is probably gonna have the guy from Infamous. I can't think of his name. But I'm kind of thinking that they're gonna like how Nintendo did, where they have like Solid Snake and stuff like that. They're probably gonna throw some loosely tied guys. I'm really hoping for Parappa the Rappa, a 2D animated figure. He's like paper fighting people. That would be great. What else? What I'm really hoping for to be in this game, I know he's not owned by Sony anymore. I know somebody independent owns him. I want old school Crash Bandicoot from the PS1 commercials. I want a live action Crash Bandicoot with a guy's face popping out of the mouth. Just like, hey, what's up, Crash Bandicoot? It's pretty cool. That's what I want. I was looking for it on the internet. I couldn't find anything about it. Probably on YouTube, but that Crash Bandicoot would be great. Just, hey guys, Crash Bandicoot. Those were the times. PS1. They didn't have all that CGI and stuff. It was like, in the commercials, it was like a guy in a costume. Hey, it's Crash Bandicoot. I'm driving a car. This is great, guys. I mean, what else? I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to talk about. I just want to put up a video. I want to start putting up at least a video a week, either about news or whatever. We're trying to get the podcast together. Follow us on Twitter. It's at geek_things on Twitter. And then my partner who's going to be in the podcast, when I'm really trying to get a podcast together, is at Anton Cinco. Anton, ANTONCINCO, Anton Cinco, or I like to call Anton Stinko. We're trying to get together to do a podcast because I hate being called Geek Things Podcast and only have one podcast, which is just me jabbering on at 2 a.m. So that's it. So follow us on Twitter. Subscribe. Please subscribe. I want to see more people. Comment below, please. I want comments. I want to talk to people. I want to have people to talk to, fans, stuff like that, so I can do more and be more encouraged to do more, because I really want to. I just don't have an audience. So please subscribe, please watch, please comment, and please listen to the podcast and go to the blog. So I'll holler at you later. Later, bros. I'm going to go play some Vita. Have fun.